Hello, Star Wars Galaxy Hero players. This is Anditesh Ordo, and today I'm doing a video on or tips on for new players, and I'm going to be going over some of the characters that you can farm. Probably the best ones to farm early on. So first off, you usually start off with like Jedi Consular, Chewbacca, Talia, Clone Sergeant, Snow Trooper, Royal Guard. Now, what's another one? Kind of give these ones to free, and then after you start farming some of the Bronzium store characters, you may get a Biggs, you may get IG-86, you may get the Ewok Scout, maybe Stormtrooper. There's a ton of characters you might get, and so yeah, these are the characters you normally get, and you could use them obviously, but I'm gonna go over some characters you want to go get early on, so you'll be better off in the mid to late game. Of course, there's some of these characters you won't get, you won't be able to, or probably the best up until mid game for the most part. So the first farm I would suggest getting is Phoenix characters. Phoenix is a really good team for, like, right off the bat. You got one team, Rebels. Yeah, so they're all Rebels. Of course, two of them are Jedi, which helps your Jedi for Master Yoda events. So first off, you have a Rebel team. That's great. You got a Rebel team. They all work together, and from early to mid game, at least until you start running into the bays, the chases, the Wigs chase combos against R2D2, against General Kenobi's, then that's gonna start. This team's gonna start not making progress anymore. As you can see, all my whole Phoenix teams are just Gear 8, 7-star, level 85. I probably in the next 2 to 3 months may start gearing these guys up to probably Gear 9, maybe 10, and just leave them at that, just so they're a little more durable, and they can help me during Galactic War, so that I can use them during then. So right off the bat, early on, great team to work with. And honestly, early on, if you actually have at least a good, say you're probably in the 30 to 50 range, and you'll get Galactic War unlocked. I can't say for sure because I don't have them set up that way, or know what star rating and all that they would be at the time, but for the most part, level 85, or if you had them say level 30 and they were say all 4-star and gear, probably, I don't know what gears are around that time, I think gear 5, say gear 5 for example, they might help you decently, I'm saying decently, walk through the Galactic War, at least a good majority of them, of the missions. And because if you at least use Chopper in, like the team I use doesn't use Ezra, I use actually Chopper for the survivability. So yeah, you can use that and then save one of these characters for a Jedi team, either Ezra, well, most likely save Ezra for a Jedi team and then use everyone else for the Phoenix team. But early on, like I said, you got 6 Rebels right off the bat, 2 of them which are Jedi. So you get 2 Jedi right off the bat. All you need is 3 more, which usually is Jedi Consular. You might even unlock, say, Luminara. But yeah, for the most part, you got 6 Rebels right off the bat. So right off the bat, you could do 2 missions, or 2 legendary events. One is being Thrawn, because you need the Phoenix characters for Thrawn. So you have 6 choices to finding a way of unlocking Thrawn. Number 2 is Rebels help you unlock Emperor Palpatine, another Imperial character. Both those characters would be great for a Empire team, or Sith team, or just dark side in general. Well, one of them would be good for Sith team. Haha, I meant both are good for Empire and both good for dark side. So, like I said, right off the bat, you get these guys, and you also get 2 Jedi. So right off the bat, these are great. I would also recommend, probably in the mid game, you want to get Wedge and work towards Wedge and Biggs. But these guys, I'd probably suggest getting them at least a 7-star. Even when you do finish, if you're new and you finally get to 85, this is kind of what you want to look at. The Phoenix characters, like, yes, Ezra may be the best one to go up to gear 11, now 12. And that's probably it, unless you want to do one of those crazy janky teams where you actually run Chopper with a Wigs combo. R2, I think it's R2 and someone else, Thrawn or Nihilus. I don't know. It was a crazy team. I haven't seen that one in a while. And it actually works really well. So outside of that, I would say this is a good place to leave your characters. Or at least your characters later on. Because later on you will want to work towards higher end characters. But like I said, this will allow you to unlock 2 of the legendary characters. Or at least help towards 2. Or no, it'll help towards 2 and part of 3. The third one would be being Jedi. So we're going to go look at Jedi really quick. The Jedi you want to farm early on. I know you'll probably unlock Qui-Gon pretty early on and Luminara. And that's 4 Jedi right off the bat. Oh, along with Jedi Consular. I would probably, if you're going to use ships later on choose ships later on down the road, you could use Jedi Consular for that. But I would probably recommend using maybe Barriss. Well, you could use Barriss, Jedi Consular, or because you already have to unlock them with the 5 Jedi, so maybe Ahsoka would be one. Because honestly, yes, there are some other options too down here, but early on, this top row of Jedi plus Ahsoka are probably the best early to mid game, mid-level game, whatever you want to call it, Jedi to actually farm. Of course, after a while, if you still want a good Jedi team early on, since you have Qui-Gon, and once you get him to where you can Zeta him, you can do the Zeta Qui-Gon option. If not, then you at least have Qui-Gon Jinn right off the bat. You could do a Jedi team, Qui-Gon, lead. You got Barriss Offee, Kanan Jarrus, Ezra Bridger, and then Luminara or Jedi Consular. You got Ahsoka to choose from. And then if you do unlock Grandmaster Yoda, you can obviously use Yoda. So early on Jedi, these are the Jedi you'd want to choose early on. Again, yes, you could go for some of these other characters like Ayla Secura, Jedi Knight Anakin. I unfortunately have not farmed them yet. I bet they are fun. I will admit they probably are, but I just don't have access to them right now. I just haven't been working on them. Especially Umgandai. Once you get in a good guild, when you're able to get into guild, I think that's between level 15 and 25, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong for advanced players, but early on, like I said, even Umgandai would be good to get. Umgandai you can get from, other than the guild store, yes, you can farm from, but these are like mid to later levels to unlock him. But you could at least get a Jedi counter team. So, So that is Rebels and Jedi, which means once you unlock 3 more Jedi, you're able to get Master Yoda. That's 3 of the 4 legendary events. The 4th one you need is for R2 is you need to go after some Empire characters. So let's go ahead and go over to Empire really quick. So first off, Emperor Palpatine you could get easily once you get the Rebels and the Jedi, or I'm sorry, just the Rebels, just any Rebel team, you got Emperor Palpatine. You get Royal Guard right off the bat. You get Snow Trooper pretty much right off the bat. About mid-game, Darth Vader will be unlocked for you, so you can start farming towards him. But until then, yes, you have the option of Stormtrooper. Also, since you had Phoenix, you'd also have access to Grand Admiral Thrawn. He would be unlocked close to mid-game once you get these characters unlocked and all. So that's, those are quite a few different ones. You can do TIE Fighter Pilot. TIE Fighter Pilot is farmed at, other than the assault battles that's going on right here in a day in 11 hours, is the Cantina 4B. I think, let me see, is there a way? No, there's no way. So let's go to Cantina 4B really quick. Oh, I got my reward. So 4B, yeah, that'd be about 52. 47, I'm sorry. You need to be at least 40, probably about level 50, and at least good 4 to 5 star rating, give or take. So just to unlock that. Whoops. That was not the button I wanted to choose. Sorry about that. So going back, you do have the option of TIE Fighter. What would be another easy couple of characters to farm? Because you can get, let's see, Stormtrooper you can get with light side, dark side battles on 3C and 4D. He's a fairly easy character to farm. I got him up to 7 stars just so I can get the R2D2. And then General Veers, I think he is fairly... Yeah, 4C at least, you can start farming for General Veers. So there's some options you have there. You could do General Veers with at least Stormtrooper, Snowtrooper, Royal Guard, and then maybe Palpatine or Grand Admiral Thrawn if you have those characters unlocked. But at least you do have at least Royal Guard. I would also recommend slowly working on Royal Guard as much as you can. Is daily login of activities or rewards. I mean, use the energy, get at least. Because I think he is a light side 12 on 1D, so you can use your 36 energy on him for the beginning of the day, and then another 36 on another early on character, and boom, you got him right there. So, like I said, there's Empire. And then that is your 4 legendary events as of yet. Later on down the road, I'm sure they'll add some more. I hope so, because there's a couple of characters I can easily think of that that should be, a legendary event character. I would have thought Nihilus would have been a legendary character. That would be insane. Excuse me. But yeah, these characters I suggested, between Jedi, the Rebels, and then the Empire, they are really good to help you get early to mid game. Fairly easy, especially getting at least the legendary characters to at least 5-star. Then once you get to 6-star and on, that'll be probably more towards between level 50 and level 85, or probably level 65 to 85. I think would be more 6 and 7 stars for the legendary characters. Of course, I would like to know when Grand Admiral Thrawn comes back. So, but yeah, for the most part, yes, these are the characters I would suggest, working towards. They would also help towards, especially with these Empire characters, they'd help towards dark side. Now, another set of characters to farm. Let me not go to Bounty Hunter, because Bounty Hunters are also scoundrels. He's the scoundrel / bounty hunters. Of course, we just got 3 new scoundrels in the last 35 days or so, give or take, and that is the new veteran smuggler Han and Chewie, as well as Captain Solo. So, but outside of that, the bounty hunters or scoundrels, I would suggest working on, because these will help you towards credit heist and training droid heists that go on that you need scoundrels for. So right off the bat, Boba Fett, he's really easy to farm. Boba Fett is in 2D, 4E, and light side 8A. So once you get, Boba Fett unlocked, he could be probably the best leader. You'd also want to eventually work on IG-88. And he's just in the arena store. IG-88 is a really good bounty hunter, and he's good on a droid team, even though droid teams are not viable at this time. I'm sure they'll be more viable later on down the road. You do have the option of using the Chewbacca you get early on, the Clone Wars Chewbacca. That is up to you. You also have Stormtrooper Han that's farmed out of the arena store. He is a really good, once he's taunting, he helps speed your team up. He's a squishier tank than most, but he still helps speed up your team. Then you do have an option of Cad Bane. He is farmed in the Galactic War. So if you even if you're only, because I had this happen to me too, where I had a hard time with it, but I I had it rough because I couldn't get certain so only so far in the Galactic War. I couldn't complete a mission or complete a full all 12 nodes because I get stuck between 6 and 9 with the characters I had, and I was still kind of developing my characters. So you might get to the point where you get stuck and maybe you only get 400 to 600 a day in arena. Galactic War Store currency. And that is fine. That means you can use it, Galactic War, for Cad Bane. You also could use it for Zebarelios. At least get him unlocked. I know early on it is best just to unlock the character and go all the way to 7-star, but early on, depending on your farming needs, like Luminara's in here as well. Really good early on light side Jedi. And probably, I would say she heals way better than Jedi Consulate, and that's probably because she also gives healing over time to the allies. You also have a Ewok, you have a Jawa in here, so you have quite a few different characters to farm. You also have Magma Trooper, another Imperial that you could use. Probably not the best, strongest one, but it is one to fill a spot. So yes, that is the Bounty Hunters, or that's a scoundrel you can look into getting. Lando's another good option early on, mainly because of his double down, and he is a good character late game, especially now with territory battles. Like even with the Phoenix Squad, a lot of these rebels and Rogue One or Jedi, Rogue One's needed as well, but a lot of these different characters are needed for the actual territory battles, certain missions, etc. So yes, Lando is a really good option for that. I'm also going to throw him back in my favorites because I kind of want to top him off after I get Obi-Wan. But so yeah, these are some options I would suggest working towards. The top 6 are great options. You can go after once you actually unlock the Raid Han, that's when you can really start, using him as well. But until then, and also it depends on where the veteran smugglers are placed when they become free to play, because they just recently been released. So if they come easy free to play characters, I would highly recommend them. Veteran Smuggler Chewbacca and Veteran Han would be good characters. So you could run a team of Boba Fett. A crazy team would be Boba Fett, Clone Trooper, or Clone Wars Chewbacca, Stormtrooper Han, Veteran Han, and Veteran Chewie. And that's your 5 characters right there. So that's an option too. But you definitely want Boba Fett to lead, especially if you have at least IG-88 or Cad Bane. One thing that I use, because I always auto, I never have a problem with autoing, especially since I've geared up Boba Fett IG-88. But Boba Fett gives health to... Well, first off, he gives critical percent, or 50% crit damage and 10% crit chance. The Bounty Hunter allies gain 15 speed for each debuffed enemy, and then, gain max health equal to 50% of the total potency of all Bounty Hunter allies. So he brings the survivability of IG-88, Cad Bane, and himself really high. So, and I'm sure if you actually add in 2 more Bounty Hunters, you could go Bounty Hunter team, unlock Dengar and Greedo. Greedo would be easier than Dengar Zamwezzel. But, those are the scoundrel options for that. And then I will say, probably when you get to level 50, once you at least unlocked and start up some of the characters, I would suggest working towards Jawas. The reason why is Jawas are needed, and as a mod, one of the better mods types is critical damage mods. The required units are the 5 Jawas. Until they actually add more, you already get 1 Jawa at the beginning, but you also can unlock Jawa, Dacha, and I think Jawa, Chief Nebbit pretty easily. Jawa Scavenger, and then, of course, Jawa Engineer is the last one. I would recommend trying to go for them. Guild currency is for Jawa Engineer. We may or may not have a future place to find these characters. So yeah, these are the characters I would suggest farming early on, early to mid game, and then after that you can continue to develop. But let me know what you guys think. All the veteran players, you can quote me, correct me if I'm wrong on some of this. But yeah, you guys have a wonderful day. Thanks for watching, and please enjoy the game. It's a fun game, and again, enjoy the game. And thanks for watching.